Hi friends, today I am going to discuss it's a new topic, not the new topic, just it's related to the previous topics. So we have discussed multiple previous topics like SQLs, basic Pythons, basic math, plotlib, and we have also discussed pandas, data frames, and NumPy. So these uh, means video if you are not ready to understand these things, so let's go and try to understand means these things. It's a very important. So now today I'm going to discuss it's a data analysis. So now I am taking a one of the data like it's a bank data, and we will do the like a churn of this data. It's a basic conception of very difficult, but we will try to uh, what is the process of this data, and industry is requirements of the basic things. Try to understand the data. How do we manipulate the data? How do we clean it, the data? So it's a very simple and try to understand these things. It's a very important. So it's a you can say that it's like a similar to the project here. So don't worry. So let's see if I am going to. So it's a Google Colab and it's the best to the analysis of the data because you can analyze any type of the data. Like in the future, we will discuss the how to analyze the text data, how to analyze like the image data, how to analyze the like the video data. Okay, so these are the. It's a complex to then like it's a numeric data. So let's try to understand. So let's see. There are the multiple way we can collect the data. One of the online, it's a real time, and another like a if you have a data inside of your system, so we can collect. Most of the time, we can collect a SQL data, we can collect a like a Excel data and other. But we will try to understand. Which in this project we will do like a CSV data. So basic library we need to understand. So what is the basic library? So let's import 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 numpy m numpy as np, and second is the import rt pandas as bd as pd as pd import matplotlib matplotlib as a plt, and like this. So don't worry, you don't need here, but if you want need it, so you need to here. So don't worry, these are the it's a recommendations through by like a artificial intelligence. So let's do here, don't worry. So these are the basic library, and let's go and ignore. It means run this. Just we have imported all these library, and after importing, whenever they imported the library, so we need to data. It's a process of the data collections. So it's a data collections process like a data. Okay, it's a collection. So how do we collect the data? So let's first we will write here like a df. It's a data form. You can write anything because I am taking a variable, and it's a we are using a pandas. So pd dot read. Today we have written it's a very simple, so we can push here the tab button. It's a good tool. It's a artificial intelligence is providing the true informations. So let's try and to use this artificial intelligence. So you can save your time here. So let's the data, but we don't have the data here. So I have to go here in the inside of the system, and now I am going to, this is the process to collecting a data, and go here, it's a file. First you can go here, click here file, and you can go here, upload it, the session and storage. And another, just if I have a like a churn related data, so I am going to here, it's a CHURN, yeah, churn modeling. Yeah, so we have already CSV file. So now I am going to collecting this data, and it has been like data has been imported here, and this is the process. You go here in the three dot and copy of this path, and then we copy of this path is here. Now closes this here, so I'm going to closing, and let's run it. Okay, once more, just I have run it, it's all right. So we have seen here, say what type of the data we will see here. So let's say df, and now I am going to here, yeah, so now your data is present here, and now you can see the whole data. So it's a data, but it has the multiple columns and multiple rows. So we can see here in the bottom of this data, there are the 10,000 rows and 1400 columns like this. So it's this one, 10,000 rows and 14 columns in this data sets. But if because multiples of rows we are not able to see here, because it's the top of the 5 rows and bottom of the 5 rows we can see in this data sets. And also you can go here, it's a click here right side, so we can see the multiple. So it's a data sets has a multiple columns name like age, tenure, balance, and number of products, has a credit cards, it's a banks, it's activity, active members, like a, so first we try to understand this data. It's a very important, because if you don't know what's a domain, so so you are not a good to analyst of this data, because domain information is a very important. So it's a financial and banking related data, so we try to understand so what is a way of working like a banking bankers are working. Okay, otherwise if you are like, if you have like a health related data, so we try to understand the health related domains. And if you have like a stock market data, try to understand so how do we work like a stock market process. Geographical data, it's a geographical way, so it's a very important. Domain is a very important if you are working as a data analyst. So let's see, and first I want to see here the only the display like the top 5 and 10 rows. So let's go here and display like a, so this is AY, anything like a, so df is the my data, and I want to write here it's a head. So let's see head, so we will see here only the top 5 rows here. So it's a Python, it will start the rows like a 0, so it's a 5 rows. Similarly, if you write here in the tail here, so let's go here, and I am going to write here it's a tail. So tail we will see here, it's a different at the bottom of this data. Now I want to write here it's a shape, shape. So similarly we can write here, it's a function's name is a shape. So shape data dot shape, and don't need to here you write here parentheses. So we can see it's a, there are the 1000 rows, it's intimate like a, it's a rows, and another is a right a column. I want to see the some like a specific rows and column of this data. So what should we do? So let's see here, df, and it's a create a list, and list of this data, like suppose I want to see that 100 rows, and it's a slice here 220 rows of this data. So let's run here, and then we will see here it will start from the 100, but it's not the 120 is included. So you see here, you can see here it's 19, yeah, till 19. So only you can see the data between these rows, and you can like in the future, if you want to analyze only this data, so we can create the another variable, like you can write df1 and something, and we will analyze this data. So these are the process we can see your data. And so similarly, you can see the bottoms of these 100 bottoms of this data. So it's also possible. You can write the number of the rows. So multiple process. It's the one of the process just I am discussing with you. Another things. Let's see what means, because sometimes you will see the how means more than hundreds of the rows, sorry, columns, and lakhs of the rows, and more than lakhs of the rows. So it's not possible to, you can see the as a the of your desktops the whole data structure. So it's a good way to the data. You can use the information functions, info functions. So df dot info, so info, yeah, info functions, and with the parenthesis. So whenever if you write here, so we can get the more informative, like it's a class, like we are using pandas dot code dot frame data frame, and it's a range will start like 10,000 in entries. It will start from the 0 and 990, and data, yeah, it's a this type of the zeros, like rows numbers, another is the like a customer id, surnames has been given the each every columns. And what is the, this is the very important, with the type of the data, like integer 64, integer 64, object integer 64. So these are the very informative, and it's a another most important part is the data is using like a memory. It's a memory uses like a, so these things. So we can easily understand the structure of the data, and we use here like a input functions. But we don't have the any idea about which data is clean and not clean. So we will apply here, it's a null functions. So let's see, you can write here df, sorry, so df my functions dot is null. So is null, it will give a informations like a so is null means it's a get a null value of these data sets. So let's go here and let's see is null. So everywhere we will see here false, 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 but in between means it will start like a sixth to more than means onward sixth. Here we don't have any information, so we don't have any idea about like this. So we will get a more informative information. So we will apply here like a same functions like a df dot is null, and it's a go here like a sum functions. So we will see the whole details informations like all number of these rows, a column has been given, and in the don't have the any like a null informations in this column. So it's a null means it's a we have a good data, so no need to the clean these details. Okay, so there is no need here. So it's a my data is a good. So most of the time we will see. So if you get the information, so we will apply the drop on functions and we can drop the every null. Okay, so let's go and because our data is like a clean, so no need to the like a drop any functions in any columns and rows. But so after that, we try to understand some descriptions like describe what is the describe. So it's only the numeric like columns have been described some statistical way like quartile, mean, median, mode, and these things here. So let's see here. If you write here the df dot and it's a describe describe and let's go and describe function. So it's a look here our data has been seen like a some basic informations like how counts. So every count is the similar mean. We have gotten the right mean of these roll numbers. So it's absolutely right. Standard deviations it has been given here 288. So mean means sum of the observations divided by the number of the observations. So it's the standard deviations like x minus means it's a variable minus mean and it's divided by the n here. And similarly minimum value is the one in these data sets, and in this column minimum value is given. In credit score it's the minimum value also has been given. Age is a so one of the factors just previously we have discussed in the SQL. These things we can easily collect. So and here you can see here only one informations, only one of the functions like we are using a describe, and easily we can get every information. So there is no need to go like individual columns. So every so look here it's a percentile first quartile, it's a second quartile like it's a similar to the median. So this has been like you can see these things. It's a very informative. But in this data, so let's try to understand, and we can use according to your requirement. It's the if you need the standard deviations. So most of the organizations were using a standard deviations like a very volatility measure like a volatility. It's a parameters like a mean is a parameters, median is also the another parameters, quartile is out. So for first and second, third quartiles, these are the also the parameters. It depends on the organizations. How do we implement according to our risk factor? So let's see here. Every organization has a different risk factors. So these are the basic parameters of their organizations. It's not necessary that every organization is using these parameters. Okay, so let's go here. And just I want to miss all these means columns. So let's go first. I will see here. I want to see only the name of this column, and so df dot and it's right here columns columns, and just if you write the name of these columns, so we will see here the only the columns name. So let's, if you are able to understand this data, so what is the relevant, which column is relevant for you, which our analysis, and which are not the relevant, which are not relevant. So let's see if the row number is not relevant for me. I don't know about the your. It's a customer ID is not the relevant for me, and another is the it's a surname is also is not relevant for me. So I want to the drop in 3 columns. So let's go here and it's a drop the irrelevant columns. So it's a let's write here we draw columns here. So now we will apply here like a df and it will equal to df dot drop and like this, are the columns. So, and axis will equal to 1 means we are going to here drop, we are dropping here to columns, and we will write if you want to drop like a rows, so you will write here name of these rows, and also we can write here axis will equal to it's a 0. So let's see here, and just I am going to run here, and here, and now I want to see here, is it drop and not drop? So let's see here again, df dot head dot d and df dot head, and now I want to see, look here in the rows, row numbers we don't have the row numbers, customer id we don't have the customer id, and surname we don't have the surname. So we can easily understand, so we have easily drop these columns. Now after that, just look here, it's a very big data, so it's there are the 10,000 rows in this data, and we are not able to the means every 10,000 rows we are not able to the words. Okay, so it's a here is the 10,000. Sometimes we will see the 1 lakh rows, more than lakh rows, and it's a sometimes continuously is a like running of this live data. So in these circumstances, we want to see here like encoding the category. Like if you want to see the in the what is this in columns, is there what is the specific in these columns here, like it's a geography. So here we are able to see only France, Spain, France, Spain, France, Spain. So is it any more name of this a specific country? So let's see how do we watch here. So because it's not possible to we can enter in the 10,000s of these rows, so it's a good here. So let's use here df, and I am going to write here it's a list here, and name of these columns. So it's a geography we have written here, and let's see, just we are selecting only the geography, and we want to see something like the what is the unique number in these columns. So it's a unique number, so we will apply here the unique function. So unique, yeah, it's another most thing. You can also ask the questions, is it unique? So this is also the another function, so it's a unique we can see. So in this data sheets, look here we are not able to see here like Germany, but now we are able to see in there are the only 3 unique, and they are repeating again and again. One is the France, Spain, and Germany, and these are the like a object type. It's a so it's an object type of the data. So this is a way we can create here, and if I want to like convert like in the geography data, because there are the 3 unique value, and but I want to like it's a create the dummy variables. It's a like a dummy variables, and because I want to analyze like this type of the data. So let's see what is the dummy excuse me. Yeah. If you go and watch here, what is the dummy variable? So it's a dummy variable is the numeric variable, because it is not possible to like analyze of these like France, Spain, and Germany. So computer system doesn't understand what is the France, Spain, and Germany. So it's a good to the dummy variable like a numeric variable. You can convert like a 0 and 1. Use in like most of the time we are using like a regression analysis, and it's a represent like a categorical data sets. So, and another is that it's also like acts as the placeholders, align like most of the researchers in the industry. Okay, like most of the time you will see like genders. So it's a genders, male and female is not possible to the analysis, Yeah, seasons is not a possible to the analysis, like a treatment controls, and these things are not so we will convert into the like a numeric variable. So these are the basic things. So here, like uh, categorical data, binary representations, regression analysis, multiple categoricals, these are the way, and these are using, we are using in the machine learnings most of the time. So let's see here. So what do we want? So I want here means we are going to the convert like a some Spain and Germany as the dummy variables. So we want to the add. So this time look here, we have only the 14 columns. But if we create some dummy variable, so we will see here like df will equal to like it's a df and it's a df and pandas here. So let's see, just if you means anyone can okay, so df and dot like a geography value, if we want to the count like a geography value first. So let's see df and just go here and geography value. If you want to like a count like a geography value, so it's a possible to we can count this value. So let's see what's the thing. So let's see. So there are the 10,000. So let's see the 5,014 and 2,509. Spain is a 24,000. So we can edit all four. So we will see here 9, 4 and it's a 7. So it's a 0 again 1 and 7, 8 and 1. It's a right 9 and it's a 5, 4, 9 and 4. So we can see here it's a whole count value. We can see it's easy to understand what it they're doing. So we can understand these data sets is present in our system, and so we want to see for most of the time in these data sets is the France is the maximum numbers of the times it's a repeated, it's a more frequency, and then it's a Germany as a like a second frequency, and third we can see here it's a Spain has like a it's a third of this like a it's a frequency. So these things is a very important. So if you are converting like in the different type of the data sets, so try to understand. Similarly, let's see. And now I am going to create it's a enhance of the geography. Let's go. And do we have any unique numbers like go here, the name of this column, that's the column name here, and go here it's a yeah it's the name of this column. So in look here, it's a male and female, it's a specify, and anything like how many times it's a genders, it's a male is coming and it's a female is coming. So I want to the watch here look there. So let's go. I'm sorry for that here, and just I am going to write here it's a value and it's a gender. So we can understand it's a what's the gender here, and let's see. So what's the unique value here, male and female. And similarly we will write here it's a unique underscore means it's unique. But if you write here like a df and how many times it's a male and how many it's a female. So df dot like that, it's a gender and it's a value count. It to be like it's a generating like a don't need here to do a generator. So let's see here. It's a generate the AI tools. Go back. And then we see here again. So let's see. So we can see here. It's a most of the time. What's the frequency? So male has a more frequency in this data sets, and more and has a more data sets. So let's go here and see here like this is the way we can try to understand. So how do we create like a another? So in the previous data sets we will see here it's a okay, it's a like a, it's a name of this geography, name of this geography. But what do you want? If you want to create a, like a dummy variable, just we have discussed here. So if you want to create like a it's a dummy variable. So and if you want to like a drop like a France, if you want to the drop like a France, if you like a Germany, and if you want to create like a only the Spain's dummy variable, yeah, even only, or if you want to drop like a France, you drop and you can create like a Germany and Spain as a dummy variable. So yeah, it's possible we can create these two dummy variables. It's very easy and it's not difficult. So let's see, and just I am going and to create here like a multiples means so any dummy variable. So it's possible and to create here like a so dummy variable. So let's see and right here df, we have a data frame. Let's see, it's a df and will equal to pd dot pd get and dummies like this one. Oh, very good. So look here how artificial intelligence is helping. So I want to write here the df and what's the name of the job first like a, and then we will create a like a dummies variable. So df dot columns name like a geography and the gender and drop first is a true. This is the one methods we can create like a this way, and it's a easy. Otherwise we can also like a drop first and we will create the other things also. So it's easy. So let's go here. Just I have created here like a, and then I want to see here what's a df. So df, and then we will see here. So look here. So dummy variable has been created. It's a your column has been increased like a 112 column. So let's see here. It's a easy to. So the previous data is ended like a exited, and another is the geography Germany false for geography Spain. It's a data and it's a gender underscore male has been also like a it's a created gender underscore male false like this. So these things because we have source like a means and it has been created. It's a simple way. And but if another way, just this is the also the one more process. If do not want to write here like this, see, and you can also create like that. It's a this is the way, and it's also the possible here. You can write only these things. So convert the like a geography dummy variable and remove the process. But what is the problem in this variable? So we have a problem like it has been created a geography, but it's a false and true. But false and true is not good for me, because I want to create here like a 0 and 1, like a binary. So let's see, it's a 10,000 rows and 12 column, because previous we will see here that it's the 14th column and 3 we have already dropped, so it becomes like a, and the remaining it's a, so we will subtract minus, again we are adding here, so it becomes like a, so 12. Another things, just we are looking here, so it's a easy to understand. So if I want to, so it's a easy to, you can convert like a, it's a binary, it's a easy to understand. But before that we need to the handling of the imbalance. So let's see, first I am going to write here df, and it's a true, and it's a, we can also write here dot like a binary, you can also write here, it's easy to write here, it's geography, and this one. Now I am going to write here df, and dot convert dot your df, it's a start of brackets, and we can write here any age, and this one like what's the name of this column, so it's a good thing to try to understand. Yeah, geography, and it's a Germany, geography underscore Germany, it's a one column. So let's go and let's create a geography underscore Germany, it's a one column. Equal to, and geography Germany, and you can write here like this one. So it's a geography Germany like a df dot, let's write here okay, and single quoted here. So let's see, this is a way we can convert like a, it's a integers. So let's run, and then we will see here, and similarly we will apply here df df, it's a, again we can create a list here, and inside of quotations another variable like a geographical area, geographic Spain. So let's write here Spain. Okay. And then we will write here, and this will equal to, again we will see here as it is geographical Spain, and we will convert like this. And third, we can also one of the more codes like a df, and it's a list, and it's a one of the more, it's a male and female. So let's try to convert here, it's a numeric, otherwise we have gotten some error. So it's a binary, so let's go here, and we are going to convert here, it's a binary, and then it's a male and. Now we see here, it's a your data set has been seen like a this we can see here it's a data sets like a df and dot head dot h t. Then see here, so our data set it look like this one. So let's see, only every data set has been converted into the numeric. So after exited we have already created, so every data set has been converted into a numeric. So I hope, so now if you want to see here like a imbalanced data, is it balanced environment, because whole data set is dependent on the exited data set. Suppose we are assuming it, so what should we write here? The da, and it's a start here like a exited, and this data sets what's a is it balanced and imbalance. So let's see here the dot and value underscore like a value, and it's a count here. Then we will see here, so is it balance in it. So it's a in this bank data set, and it's a 0 and 1 is has been assumed here. So 0 is the not exited in this our bank, and 1 it is exited like in our bank. So these are the not the like it's the balanced data set. This is called the imbalanced data set. So what should we do? So if you want to plot this data, it's easy to, you can plot like a, suppose if you write here like a import seaborn, yeah, otherwise you can also like a plot histogram. So you write here it's a plt and dot hist, so dot figure size and exited df. So let's see, and because we didn't import like a seaborn, so let's see the seaborn import import seaborn as SNS, and let's try it. So it's the data sets, and I want to the exited like a x-axis, and let's see it's running and not here. So we can see here our data sets look like this way. So it's not the balanced data, it's the imbalanced data. So if so x will equal to exited, and it's y it will see the whole data sets. This one is the, you can see here it's a data sets like this. And next after that lecture, so we are confirmed, we have already confirmed here, so these are the imbalanced data sets. So what should we do? These are the imbalanced data sets, means the differences is the too high between it's a 0 and 1. So we need to try to first we will draw of the whole data sets in the means we will convert into the two data sets, like one is the independent data sets, another is the dependent data set. So let's split, because the whole exited is dependent on the all columns like a credit scores, age, tenures, balance, number of the products, as credit cards, is active numbers, estimated salary, geography, underscore German, and geography underscore like another platform. So these are the things. So let's, I am going to write here it's a x should be equal to and I want to like a drop like a exited. So let's go and exited in this data sets, and then we will also write here we are y has been created like the another data sets. So let's keep here small x and a small y, it doesn't matter, and yeah, it's right, the small x and the small y, it doesn't matter, but let's see. So I am going to create here these two data sets. Has been created like a, so let's write and go here. So first I want to see here it's a x has been created like axis will equal to x is an independent variable, and similarly let's watch here what's the x here. So I am able to see here it's a x has been seen like a this. So it has been selected like a random numbers. So every data has been, so it's a 10,011 column. It's all right because one data we have taken the other. So let's see the another data sets. It's a y like this, and then we will see here it's a y data sets like a y data sets, and we were able to see here so y data sets is separated. So y represent like exited data columns, and remaining all these 11 has been is a represent like a x, like a, it's a dependent of, so x is independent and y is independent variables. So sim is a, it's a similar to like I can understand like in the housing price is the dependent on the area of this house is the one factor, another is the construction of this house is the another factors, and third is the locations of these factors. So the multiple factors has been factors. So x is the x has a multiple variables and y is a dependent on, if x if any one value has been changed in the x, so y also has been changed. And next, just these are the imbalanced data. So how do we handle these imbalanced data? So let's the handling is the imbalanced data with a smoothie. And so smoothie is a like a it's a one of the functions has been created in the machine learning. So let's go, and so it's a easy to understand these things. So one is the oversampling process, another is the undersampling process. So let's import some first from 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 imbalance I am balance over the smoothie is right. So write this one. So I do not like to generate like an artificial intelligence. So I think I am going to try here again here. So let's copy and paste, and let's, so it smoothie process. So first I will write here x, and it's a we have taken like the x capital underscore residuals right here res it's a x residual. It's a we are taking a sample, and similarly it's a y residual samples, and then we will try to say resample like this. So let's see x res and y re y resamples, and we are going to the it's a resampling like this. So let's run here, and so x and y, and we are going to run here. And now I want to here just count this value like a x underscore, and it's a very simple. Control C. Again we can see here. Let's create a, and it's a main. So let's see x we can see like a display. So x has been resampled means what's a, it's a 15,916 rows and 11 column as it is. Similarly, just if you want to see here, it's a y, and it's a capital Y, and it's a resampled. Okay. So let's go here, and then we will see here like this. It's a y variable, and then we will see here it's a y has been treated like. So these are a process, just we can edit more things, more values. So it becomes like a 15,926 like a y variable, and similarly x variable also. So now both variables are balanced. Now we can see here both variables becomes like a balance. So it's a balance. Then we will do here means we will apply any uh, mm, types of like a machine learning models, because it's a imbalance. Then it's not possible to the predict the something the correct way. So after the balancing of this value, we will try to see here. Over here, 1 minute. It's a right, and then we can see here it's the same process. And let's go and just I can see here like this column, and it's a process in this figure, and it's a x is a not a exited. Now we can write here x is a like a y sample, and it's what's the name of this? It's y underscore resample. We'll see, and then we will see here x will equal to like a it's a resample, and then we will plot. Just I am not able to the plot here. It's something is a missing. Let's count and plot. It's easy to. Okay, yeah. Means it's a 10,000 rupees. So x and y resamples is the entry with the name does not appear in this. It's a data. Okay, because we are already converting x underscore sample and it's a y underscore sample. So don't worry, just don't need to do yeah, but we can see here. Don't worry. So we can also like we will see here like it's a count method and x sample and y sample variable. So we will see like it's count method is a good thing. Okay. Okay. So go here, and then we will see here like this, and we will see as it is, and similarly it's a like this variable like a y underscore and so very simple y underscore re is a mplp, and let's run here then. So I think it's a something is a y resample. Look in here. Resamples the value of the defined norm and counts. So resample and dot. So let's see, we have seen here means don't worry, there is no need to have the count. So yes, but it should be means it works. So we will discuss. Don't worry. I think it is working. Don't worry. So let's means otherwise you will see in the alternative way also. So let's see here the now the splitting the smoothie data into the like so otherwise you can also write a y underscore y. Okay, let's see y and underscore is right. This is a way, and you can see here. So, and then let's check it, and it's a value. Okay, so let's see your both the value has been it's a equal. Okay, so now we can similarly we can see here it's a y is also similar way. So this is the one of the alternative way. Don't worry. So now the another thing, just I want to the split this data, like it's a training and test. So what should we do? We will apply like some model. It's the name of this model from sklearn, for OM from and sklearn train, import train, test and split models. Okay, so this is the very easy, and try to understand these things. So let's go here and it's a go import here. Now after this importing here, so it has been imported. Now we will write here in the two parts of this data. One is the S training test. So let's write here x underscore train, TRAIN, and so write the y underscore test, x underscore train, y x underscore test, and similarly the y underscore train and y underscore test, and train test is we have already imported. X resamples, y resamples, and its size is the 20% I am taking here, and it's a random states, means just if you want to pick once, like it's the data. Similarly, the multiple times you are running this data, so it shouldn't be a change. So it's a random step. If you don't write the random step with any numbers, then your data will be changed every time. So it's a keep in your mind. So let's see here, and we have from here it has been. So now you can see here with data is like a y underscore train. Okay, y and underscore train, we can see your data, and you can also like count your value. So let's see, we have counted here, so we will see your data look like this way. If something is different here, so we can count here these things. It's very easy, and similarly we can count like x underscore, and it's a train of this data, x and underscore, like a train of this data. Let's see, it's a x training data has been seen like it's a 12,700. So it's a both of the x train and it's a y train, we can easily count here, and both are the same. So after that, this data look like the estimated salary, and these are the things, and because it has only one column. So similarly, let's go here, and now we are going to apply here some model, and this model is called means one of the from sklearn. Let's write here FROM from sklearn, and this is called a standard sklearn. So let's see, a standard sklearn is just like it's a mean value and a standard deviation value. So it depends on the most of the time we will see here it's a mean is the 0 and the standard deviation is the 1. We are using in the data science, it's a nominal b, but we will take a standard deviation 2 also. It's the 3 also is done. So let's try in this time, just we are using here, this is the process. So x minus x mean is divided by the n here is the like it's a similar the divisions methods, don't worry. So let's we are the feature scaling like this data. So we need to the scale. So let's see, just we are taking the SC as a small value, because always we will write here these things. So and we are standard scaler, we can represent like a S, and this is like this. And now after that I will see your it's your data like a training data and it's a test data. So let's go here x, and it's a capital underscore, and it's a train this data x train, and this will we can fit here is the x train here data. And similarly, just if we x test, if we write here similarly the x test, so let's say x underscore and test here, so x test data sets, and now I'm going to the it's a SC and transform x test. So these two data sets, and just I am going to run here like this, and so we have it has been like a fitted in this data. After that, I am going to using like a some machine learning, like a one of the model is the logistic regressions. So let's go, and I am going to go from sklearn dot linear model. So from if our OM from sklearn and it's a linear logistic regressions model, and see here. So let's go, and it's a I am applying here logistic regressions model. Actually, logistic regressions means just it's a mathematical formula like 1 upon 1 plus e to the power. It's a different. It means like e to the power minus x is the one of the logistic here. The log x is the also e to the power log x minus log. So multiples formula. So it's the one of the logistic regressions is the e to the 1 by 1 plus e to the power minus x is the formula, the basic formula. So we are here just applying. So log will equal to, so log, and it will equal to like a it's a logistic and regression share, yeah, it's a fitting. And now after that we want to log fit and extend and white tail. So let's go here, and just I am going to fitting the logistic regressions and just training and test this model. Log is the logistic regressions, and just we are fitting these uh, x and y training in these data sets. So just we are training both of the data, and now we are going to predict these data sets. So y underscore predict one basis of the test. So it's a y underscore predict and the x test, and just okay. So we are going to, let's say I'm going to the it's a testing of the data, and then we will see here it's a predictions have been completed, and now we want to get at the what's the accuracy score. So it's a F1 score, accuracy score, precisions, and this will be discussed in the next time. So let's today just I want to the only what is the it's a accuracy score. So we want to here from and sklearn like we will try to like accuracy scores and multiple scores reports we can see here. So go here and just click here, but we don't need here the like the information. So let's get. So it's accuracy score, confusion matrices, classifications. It depends on the true and false, negative to positive to negative, false negative. It's some basic formula here. So persistence is also you can count F1 is also the counted by the like some harmonic progressions has been used. You can count it, but we want to the like accuracy scores. So let's go here and just accuracy score underscore. So write here a accuracy scores and y test and y predict on the basis of the y test. And so few years back it's a AI tool is not available. So today we will see here it's a how it will take a less time, and this type of the project we did I remember just I discussed in means like 2 and 3 days I have the ready and this project here. But let's see the accuracy score, and just it has been like a calculated similarly like a 7 57%. So we need to the more accuracy in this data. We have to the work and where is there some errors in this data. So we need to the work. Similarly, we have also like a the accuracy enhance of the accuracy. We can get the confusion matrix here. So let's go here, and similarly we can write here it's a confusion matrix, and it's a similarly and this type of the predictions it's a possible. So that's these are the basic way and we will do. But today I will try to finish here because it's a very long video, so it's a good thing. So today we will complete and next class we will discuss these things so more about like this. So I hope these are the understandable everyone. Just thank you very much.